Hello, my name is Carx82, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 4. There you go, Willie. Before we get going here, I would just like to thank a new member of the channel, and that is Bromex. Thank you very much for the support. And just a reminder, if you would like a cat named after you running around the base, getting into mischief, you can have one too if you become a member of the channel. And if you would like a different name on your cat, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, just use your YouTube name. But yeah, it's pretty funny having all these cats running around. Crazy Trev, you're always getting in the way. So thank you very much. I have just gone ahead and crafted up a bunch of bronze pipes, and we've got our super tanks now. I just threw the super tank for the naphtha right up here. I actually don't know what I'm going to use this for, to be honest. You can get gasoline out of it, which is actually kind of a cool... it's kind of a cool processing chain. You need acetone, refinery gas, methanol, and then the naphtha, and then you get raw gasoline, and you can turn that into high octane or regular gasoline, and then high octane gasoline. So lots of different steps that go into it. I actually don't know if it was never like really that worth it in the past, because you needed so much EU to actually produce it, but maybe we'll do that at some point. It was just, I remember setting it up and it was actually quite a bit of fun. But for now, it's just going to go in there, and we'll deal with it later. I did think about cracking it maybe, and then we could use that for something, but again, I don't really know like what the best use of it is. Like butadiene and, you know, benzene and stuff, but even benzene, just cracking heavy fuel is much more much better ratio. So yeah, I don't know. Any ideas for that, please just let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this down here. There is our sulfuric light fuel. That, there we go. So these can carry 4 fuels. We're only gonna, or 4 fluids. I'm only gonna do the 2, I think. Actually, well, I could actually move this over and then connect this all the way down, and then just pipe out the sulfuric gas from like the bottom. Maybe I'll do that. I don't have enough pipes on me to do that right this second, so maybe I'll do that as soon as we stop recording. But we'll do this over here. Do I don't have that in there. Let me lock that. Now, the one kind of annoying thing with these quadruple pipes is you need like a filter if you want the fluid to stop like flowing. Like, I don't really need the fluid into here, but if I don't want the fluid to come through here into like one of these pipes, I gotta put a filter. So if I connect this, it might pump out the heavy fuel. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, it actually did the light fuel, but if for some reason this light fuel empties out, it'll fill up with heavy fuel if I don't put a filter on there. So I don't know, we'll see. To be honest, I probably am not going to have these quadruple pipes that long. It was just something they were just easier to craft up than ender fluid conduits, and it kind of feels more GregTech-y having the GregTech pipes. I actually really like them. I think they're fun. So, all right, there is our sulfuric heavy fuel going in there. There is our sulfuric light fuel. Oh, see, there we go. Yep, that's what I was worried about. So I'm just gonna break that. Maybe we can do... could maybe do a filter, a fluid filter. I don't remember what goes into crafting that. Or, you know what would probably be the easiest? You know what we're gonna do? I could just put the super tank with the filter on it, like right there. But I kind of want these super tanks up where I can see them, as opposed to like hidden underneath. All right, yeah, let me craft up a... I'm like stuck. Why am I stuck? There we go. Let me craft up a filter. I don't remember which filter is. Or if I can just do like a pump and then set the filter. I actually don't remember. Okay, there's a fluid filter cover. Wasn't too bad to craft up. Just some iron and some aluminum and one LV circuit. So not that big of a deal. So I think we're gonna do... We'll do this. Won't connect them yet. It will get connected, but I wanted to put this on before I let the fluid go in. So that is... Yeah, that is on that one. Now, it's been a while since I've used these, so... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Filter input, permit any output. I mean, I just want to filter input. Filter input, deny output, yeah. And then I think we need to... You know what? Probably easier to do this. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I remember this being kind of annoying too. I wonder if... Curious, if I just place this down and then set it, will it actually keep the... Okay, there is like a thing. Maybe it was shift... Okay, it was shift left click, and then I don't even think you need to actually hold the cell. Yeah. I'm just seeing if I can do it from there. Yeah, I thought you could. So, sulfuric light fuel, a whitelist, filter input. If I break this and put it back down again, did it save it? It did actually save it. All right. I don't think I was holding shift. I can't remember, to be honest. It must have not been, because yeah, that didn't come up. All right, so there we go. That will just filter the input into there. Yeah, obviously ender fluid conduits would be much better, but I just thought that would be kind of fun. So actually, let me craft up a couple more of these quadruples. Yeah, let's do that. I think that'll be better too. Okay, just crafted up a couple more bronze fluid pipes and another filter as well. We are, excuse me, we are going to filter this with sulfuric gas. So filter input, whitelist, block output, yeah. And then that should do that. And then do this. And then that. And then that. And then this has the filter on there as well. So yeah, easier ways to do it, obviously, but I just thought that would be a little more fun. And you can see how these covers and stuff work as well. Now, is this out of fluid? It is not. Oh. Don't have that connected. I was wondering why that was not working. And then that came in there. So eventually this will fill with the natural gas. If this fills up, actually, that's not going to fill up, but I think part of it, I guess that would go that way, wouldn't it? All right. Yeah, so natural gas comes in down out there, but I think it'll split the thing. So we might end up with natural gas. Yeah, the sulfuric gas is in there as well, but that will just backlog and then eventually it'll all go down there. So yeah, and then there's a filter on there. I will actually filter this as well just to be double safe. I don't know. I don't think we'd ever drain that out completely, but if we ever do. All right, cool. I think I'm happy with that. Now, it feels kind of stupid to like completely block this controller with the flooring, but maybe I'll just leave it like that. But I kind of wanted to cover up all this stuff. I'll leave that uncovered. That needs to be emptied out, and then I will replace it with a pipe. And then we'll turn this back on. So just kind of waiting for that to finish draining out. All right, cool. I think we're good here. Just need to fluid auto output into there, and then fluid auto output into here, and we should be good. Now we do get the most from the heavy fuel, so I think I'm going to leave that now. It's going to take a long time to get 4 million liters of this stuff, and then by then I'll probably have a oil cracking setup, so I'm just going to leave that for now. But yeah, I think we are good to just let that run. Okay, we are back. It's been quite a bit of a real life time. I have just crafted up a bunch of items for the HV assembler. Nope, nope. I need to craft that up first. So 2 of those. Now, there we go. All right. So there is the HV assembler. Now this is quite important because you can actually craft up a lot of like unique stuff with the, not necessarily unique, but it opens up a lot of cool items. I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll just do that. I have my wires cutters. Okay, there we go. Yeah, almost completely done with MV machines. I'm not rushing to craft up the arc furnace because that does require quite a lot of power, and I just basically smelt down other items. So it's kind of like using, to be honest, it's actually not that expensive looking at the recipe. It just requires 2 HV circuits, but like gold cables, that's 11 stainless steel, and a graphite cell, like that's actually like nothing. I wouldn't mind getting another extruder and finally getting rid of our advanced electrolyzer as well and just replace everything with HV. We'll put that in there, and I like keeping it on 8 because that is what I use for the machine hulls. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna smelt. Yeah, I might actually just smelt this down, to be honest. I mean, I could like replace this one. That would probably be the smart thing to do, but I don't know. This basically only gets used for making cables anyway. All right, so there we go. I was gonna come back. I was gonna feed you. I pulled out my wire cutter instead, though. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm actually going to craft up with the assembler is our compressed chest. Now, there is just a regular recipe for it. It's a bit more expensive, but you can totally do that if you want. But I was like, yeah, let's christen our assembler with a compressed chest. These are really good for the mining because you can break the chest and it holds its inventory. So, Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Now, I do need to also craft this up. I do believe these dense... Oh, it's actually MV. I was thinking it was HV, but yeah, apparently you can do it at MV. So it looks like... where did I... Hold on. I just had obsidian ingots. There they are. And one extra. All right. That will take a little bit of time, even in the HV, so 90 seconds. I mean, you are compressing 9 obsidian ingots down, but yeah, we'll do that, and then yeah, I think we're good there. So I'll just let that craft up. I do want to actually also get a advanced rock breaker. I ran down to my little lava lake underneath the base and mined out the rest of obsidian. So we're good for a little bit of time, but yeah, stuff like a dark steel uh, does require obsidian dust. So we are starting to use it a bit more, but we are probably good for a little while. But yeah, advanced rock breaker doesn't even require HV circuits, so that is definitely something I want to do. Okay, but while that is crafting up, I think I want to get my power gen sorted out a bit more now. So I do think we're gonna split this stuff up, and I do love our steam. But at this point, we are starting to use way more steam or way more power than our just lowly advanced steam turbine can produce. And I just went ahead and broke down all our solar boilers again because they were calcifying. So um, that is something I probably kind of want to get away from. Although I do love steam. The problem is when it goes dark, they stop producing steam. So sometimes this runs out without me noticing. As you can see, it is dropping right now. And then we start running into issues uh, with that. So I think what I want to do, I'm thinking is crafting up more of the combustion. Yeah, the turbo combustion generators. And kind of splitting off our power gen. Or should we go for, we could go for HV energy hatches first. Okay, let me think about this. Okay, there is the compressed chest, so we'll just let that work. Now, I was actually trying to figure out how I want to go about upgrading. Not upgrading, but I actually I need to get nitrogen automated. I was actually kind of wondering if we can just throw a regular output bus on our compressor. Or does it actually need the steam? And also, can you have 2 output buses on this? I just want to see. Oh, that's the yellow smelter. What am I talking about? I am curious if that will actually work, though. Now, that will not work with 2. Can we use just a regular output bus? No, it does not look like you can do that, which that makes me a little bit sad. Because I was thinking if we could use 2, maybe I could throw a filter in one, because these have a filter, whereas obviously these don't. All right, so that's not going to work as I was hoping. Basically, to automate nitrogen, I just need a compressor and our centrifuge. So I guess I could do something with filters, but that might be kind of annoying actually. Yeah, because I need nitrogen for smelting up stuff in the blast furnace. So that is why I kind of wanted to get that fully automated, because I was looking at energetic alloy and vibrant alloy, and some of these that actually need hydrogen. But yeah, some of them need nitrogen, aluminum. The actual dust does require nitrogen. I mean, you can use helium, nitrogen, any of these, but yeah, nitrogen's the easiest if I want to go that route. So I've gone ahead and moved the compressor from over here to there, and I moved the steam oven over here. So I think we'll just do some item conduits underneath it. And since I'm not actually using, I'm not doing the charcoal anymore, we actually don't really need this compressor hooked up to this chest, to be honest. I don't use it that often. Every once in a while I do use it, but for the most part, uh, just probably manually pull out the items. Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right. I also need a couple iron bars. I think I might actually have to craft some more. Dang it. Okay, there's the item filters. I think I actually am going to try to put the outputs also into here. I think I'm gonna try this with some priority. Oops. Okay, so that is the inputs. Now I really only want the air, compressed air. There it is. And then we will extract that. But I do want a priority. And then the same over here. Priority. Empty cell. No, not that one. Empty cell. And then extract on that one. Yeah, I think that's right. So we'll put the empty cells in here, and I don't need that much. I need, yeah, let's throw 20 in. I probably don't even need that much, to be honest. I might need to turn it back on because I broke it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it actually does 8. Of course. But the recipe is 5 in the centrifuge, so I don't know. That kind of makes that a bit funny, doesn't it? Oh well, I'll leave it. I'll adjust it if needed. Okay, so it should get pulled out of there and put into there. Yep. And there it goes. That's gonna do, oh, oxygen cells. I forgot about that. Of course. All right, so we need it to be hooked up to that. All right, so this is turning into a bigger thing than I was thinking it was gonna be. We have 3.3 million liters of hydrogen. I think that it's going to last us for a little while until I can set up a better hydrogen production. So I think I'm just gonna basically stop using this electrolyzer at this point. It's done a really good job, but when this is running for nitrogen, we are going to be getting plenty of oxygen. So I think, yeah, we'll just do that. I hope I don't get a whole ton of, thinking I could hold more of that. I hope I don't get a whole ton of bad effects from that. We probably will. Yep. All right. They're not that horrible. It's not that full, so. Okay, so I'm thinking like maybe we could just throw it like right here. Right here. All right, we can pull that off. Don't need that. We might be able to use that conveyor somewhere else. Actually, we probably could. Actually, I've replaced all those hoppers with the things anyway. That connected? Now it is. All right, so there is that. Guess we want... Do I want to do... I think this is going to be a priority 2. So I want it to put the item... The empty cells? No. Yeah, those. We'll pull out the oxygen, put that in there, then extract the empty cells, and that should go back in there. I think that's right. Yeah, so we do need the... Pretty sure I need all those filters. I could be wrong though. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Okay, so always active. Empty cells goes in there. Did the oxygen go in there? I think it did. We're not seeing empty cells stuck anywhere. So, all right, I think that's cool. And then we'll just output the oxygen over here instead now. And then I can just break this down. There we go. All right. Then oxygen, eventually I will be pumping salt water, and that's how we're going to get our oxygen. Or hydrogen. Did I say oxygen? I think, yeah, I meant hydrogen. But like I said, we don't use it very fast at the moment. So I'm just gonna, we'll be fine for a little while, and then I'll deal with that later. But okay, so there we go. There is our hydrogen or oxygen and nitrogen. Do I want to move that before it gets more full? Where did I put this tank? It's like over here, isn't it? Yeah. Forgot to put that back in. Like, do we want to move that underneath? Maybe we'll do that. Because that way, if we need to pump out nitrogen, which I kind of want to, but don't have a whole lot of room over by our blast furnace, so I'm probably gonna, we'll leave that for now. Okay, I think we're good. Now, next thing I want to do is start thinking about a large chemical reactor, which needs Teflon. And in order to get Teflon, we are going to need fluorine. I have a little bit of fluorine, only 20 buckets though. So I think I may actually, I'm going to move the miner and throw it on the salt vein. I think I'll do. And I'm going to throw this compressed chest here. Yeah. So that is, I mean, it's, I get, what, it's probably like 2 of those. I don't know. I can't do the math. It feels about twice the size of that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna move the thing over there to get the fluorine from lipidite or whatever. And that gets me other things like lithium as well. So eventually, once we get to the moon, we will be processing basanite for fluorine, I think. Yeah, lipidolite. That gets us 2 buckets and gets us alumina, which is useful, and lithium. Potassium, not so much, but lithium, aluminum, and fluorine from that. Now, where did we leave the... Where did I leave it? Oh, is it over by... Oh, it's by the... I think it's redstone. Yeah. So I'm going to drop it over here. This is probably almost mined out completely, but I'll finish it off. Oh, by the way, thank you for mentioning that Journey Map has the chunk loading. I actually didn't... I never noticed it right there. But I think I can... Yeah, we can unload it if... Right? Double click. Delete. Oh, okay, there we go. It's a not... I can't... I don't think I can click and drag. It doesn't... No, it doesn't seem like I can do that, but I'll take it. That way. If we're not over by the mine, I can do that instead of going through that. Let me turn that off though. Okay, let me go move the thing. Okay, so I have found out something about these long distance item pipelines. I thought it needed a minimum distance of 64 pipes, but as you can see, I've added almost an entire stack of pipeline to increase the length of it, and I am still getting a output too close. So I actually think it goes by your XYZ coordinates, not the distance of the pipeline, which kind of surprised me a little bit. Maybe I have connected it wrong, or I missed a block somewhere, and that is what is causing it, but I don't think I have. But yeah, maybe I am just mistaken here. Let me know if that is actually how it works, though. I've gone ahead and just brought the compressed chest over here. I'm going to clear out this vein, and then I can move it over to a different one. There's a salt vein right there, and our pipeline comes up right to there. So I'll just break down all this pipeline stuff and move it over there. I just kind of wanted to clear out this vein of Ollie ore, as well as the rock salt, because rock salt is good for chlorine, which we are going to need as well. But with that, this episode just kind of like flew by. Holy cow. I need to finish up this recording and get to bed. So I am going to cut here. Next episode, we'll come back, hopefully get our polytetrafluoroethylene, and maybe our first large chemical reactor, because I think that is going to make a lot of our oil distillation and stuff like that. That replaces all these chemical reactors with a big one, and it makes it just a lot easier. And we can clean a lot of this up. So I am going to do that, and we'll come back next episode and see what we can get into. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.